Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Good evening, everyone. Eduhub Community welcomes you all in the Eduhub Winter Camp 1.0. I am Lavina, Marketing Manager of Eduhub Community. Let's talk about Eduhub Community. It's a community for learners by the learners. Okay, what is the vision of our community is to build environment where one can learn, implement and grow together. It provides the opportunity to work with peers, showcase their talent, enhance their skill by working in team. So, let's take you forward. We have our initiative with us, EduHub Winter Cohort for college students, such in the domains front-end, back-end, blockchain, and multi-machine learning and Android development. It is a 21 days cohort in which we collaborate, learn, and upskill together. Here, we have Sambhavi with us who will give us the roadmap on data science and machine learning. She is a data science and structure and algorithm educator. She is Udemy's instructor and video content creator at Geek for Geeks, Great Learning. She is also a Joe's Talk speaker, a content creator at YouTube channel named Fun with Data Science. Today, she is here with us to share about her data science journey.
Okay, yeah. So hi everyone. Hi everyone. I welcome to all you here. And yeah, good evening. How are you people doing? And yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot, Lavina, for this warm welcome to me over here. So yes, everyone. How are you people doing? Okay, nice, great to have you people over here. Okay, so Lavina, we can start on with any roadmaps or anything.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Let's start. So, how did you start with your journey? And let's start with your college.
Okay, so my college that's okay, I won't disclose up the name of my college right away here because that I generally don't do, but yeah, I'll say that it's quite one of the very good colleges in India. It's not a IIT or NIT. I'll make it very clear, it's just a private college. And yeah, that's I'm pursuing my BTech into that, BTech computer science and engineering, third year.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, so what difficulties did you face, and how did you overcome it during your whole journey till now?
Okay, yeah. It was a long journey because it's been 2 years for me when I started up everything and all the things went out. So it was like 4th of October 2020 when I started my own YouTube channel that was Fun with Data Science. So since then, like starting the videos were put down, I wasn't having any views or nothing like that. So slowly and gradually things went on. But as we whenever we just put out anything or whenever we study, there are lots of things which go at the end. We think that okay, this is not working, or that is not working at our end. Right, so yeah, those things happened out with me also. Sometimes I got a little disappointed as well from all of those, because in the past, if I talk about, so there were so many failures for me. If I talk over them very openly, so when I was into my class 7th, so then at my class 7th I failed out in that particular class. So my parents were called. They were said that okay, we can't take your daughter over here. So they were like said out these kind of words, and I was simply removed out from my school at that sort of time. So that was one failure which was there for me. Proceeding further, when I had my 12th, so there I was having up a lots of dreams, you can say hopes, that I will go into any IIT or something like that. I'll clear out the J. So I have just like given all over 40 plus exams in a span of 1.5 years for getting into any good college. But it was all about like it all failed. I didn't singly pass out any particular of the exams. So yeah, that was the time of disappointment. That was a time of depression. That was a time when I lost out all the hopes. But I was having a lot of support from my family actually at that time. So they never said me due to marks or anything. They never said me like that. They pushed me to look over that what is the thing that's stopping you, or what do you want to do further, or what is your interest. So I found it out that okay, I want to go into data science, and yeah, that is all how it started. And it's been 2 years. I'm working, but any sort of no such difficulty was there in between. Sometimes sports do not run, so that's the thing that happens up in any of the fields. But yeah, as in that, all things were going well.
Okay, that I think every student faces it.
Yes.
Uh, when did you start with your data science journey?
Okay, so my data science journey started as I entered into my college. My first sem itself, I tried to discover in that what is the respective field that interests me out. So for that, what I did at that time, there were many technologies like your web dev and app development, data science, ML, AI. These all were very much into the market. So all these domains, I give it a 1 week to myself, and I started exploring all of those. That what is being done in web dev, what is the role of a web developer, or what skills are needed for being a one. So that kind of all things I started finding out a lot. So when I have explored all the, I guess that time I guess explored 10 12 fields at that time. So when all of the things were done, so I got to know that okay, data science is one which suits me, because whatever I have into that, whatever the topics I have, whatever the skills I have, all those are quite very much of my interest. So that is how I figured out that okay, data science is the field which I can proceed in with.
Okay. And what is the scope of data science?
Okay, currently it's one of the hottest fields, and further it's gonna be much much more, because the reason is that we know a lots and lots of startups are coming over here in the market. If you talk about in India or outside also, so everywhere we have a lots and a lots of startups. So whenever we have a startup, there is for sure a need of a data scientist. Now the reason for that is startup you will surely have some data of the people, either they're visiting your website or they're buying out your product. So all of these respective data you have it. So you will be needing a data scientist at your end and your company, who can like visualize, analyze that data and tell you that okay, how is your product doing, what are the what are the things which more which you can do up into your product, or how are the people liking it in the market, what more specifications can be done into that product. So these all the things are which a data scientist helps you to get to know. So till the time startups and the companies and MNCs are in the market, the data scientist job is not gonna go down at any cost.
And my question is also that how we can start it from the scratch. Like if I am like a fresher or I am in first year or it in any year, then how can I start it from the scratch?
Okay, so for starting it in the scratch, there are two things. One is the map for the technical people. The second map is for the non-technical people. First, I'll take technical. So that I means that you are having up any sort of graduation. You are doing your graduation in computer science or AI or ML, in any of that fields you are doing, right? If we're talking about your technical parts, right? So now for them, the roadmap is quite very simple. You can start on with your Python programming language, the very first step. Okay, Python currently for all of the colleges, I guess right now they have in the first sem or second sem hardly you get to learn about Python. That's the very first step. Then there are some Python libraries, as in like your NumPy, Pandas, Seaborn, Matplotlib, right? These are some four libraries which are essentially very, very, very much needed in your this particular data science. Proceeding in further, you have in your Tableau. That is the visualization tool which helps you to make up your graphs, as in your bar charts, line charts, all of those. Further, after Tableau, you have SQL, structured query language, because that is needed because all the data which you have, that is stored in a data warehouse. Now, from that data warehouse, you need to extract up the data and visualize and clean up the data at your end. So SQL is needed. Then in data science, your mathematics is also required. That is your statistics and probability. That's quite very important to learn over. And yeah, statistics and probability is the one which you can go further after SQL. Last but not the least, which we have in data science is your machine learning algorithms. Now, why ML is needed over here? Why ML algorithms? See, let's say I am having 1 lakh rows of data. Right now, I can't take that 1 lakh rows of data at one time. I can't visualize everything. I cannot do anything of the things like that into that 1 lakh rows of data. So what I do, I simply try to pick in some, let's say 100 rows of data from my particular data set, and I do the visualization, analyzing, cleaning everything onto that. Now, I would like to prepare in up a model so that except those 100 rows, if I put another 50 rows from my data set of that 1 lakh rows, I would be wanting the response of that also, right? Because I can't rely onto that 100 samples of my data. So that is the reason where ML algorithms help you. They help you to make up the models, and once the models are being made out, with that you proceed on and give in some more samples and you look after your data. How is it working? That's the roadmap. Starting from Python, going to Python libraries, proceeding to Tableau, SQL, probability and statistics, and machine learning.
That's, I think, more than enough. And what do you think? What do you one? How can one can know about the upcoming trends in the engineering fields?
Okay, so if you want to learn about the or know about the upcoming trends into the engineering field, see, like currently the market is all open into that. As I was talking about the data scientist need, right? That if a startup is a data scientist is also needed. Now, again, if a startup is there, that person will need an app developer also. That person will need a web developer also, right? Because they need to develop their apps, they need to develop their websites. So currently, the further trends, it's like just you can simply go ahead, pursue your further dream of whatsoever you want to be with, right? It's not that any of the fields in the upcoming years is gonna not exist or is gonna go down. You will need a cyber security person, right? So that your data gets saved out. So a company needs all of the respective fields which are currently in the market. So it's all about your pursuing of the dream of your career, what you want to go ahead with. Don't look over that what is the upcoming or maybe what source you have or what is the trend over there, or do you have any resources for going into this particular field or not, or is it into the market or not. All the fields are into the market. You can touch up the skies in the terms of packages also in each and every field. So work over your skills, and yeah, that's what I answer for this.
Okay. And what do you think for the cohort-based learning, and what are your views on it?
Okay, cohort based learnings. That's quite very, very, very trending right now into the market. There are many, many, many edtechs which are based over that learning processes and everything. And I am not against into that at all. I'm completely in favor. You can go based over that cohort learnings. You can take in the proper courses from different edtechs, from different certifications from them. But what's the ratio? Let's say you're having up a batch of 70 people, right? So it's not that all 70 are getting placed, right? In that cohort also, it's not all 70 are getting placed. There is quite a ratio that is getting placed only, that is having a good jobs into their hand. So again, it depends how much hard work, rather than hard work, I'll prefer smart work. How much smart work you can do into it, how much time you can devote into your things, right? How much proper attention you can devote into it. I am completely in favor of that learning, not at all opposing that out. It's quite a good way as well. So, like, let's say into your college, you're learning something, you want to have some other career to pursue. So, you can go into the other particular ethics, pursue that career also. You can manage with your college studies also, but it's just that you have to have a proper concentration on the things.
Okay. And I would like to share my journey. Like I am literally in engineering field, and how can I, like, if you were in my place, how can you start it from the scratch, and how will you focus, manage the peer pressures of the college, also academics also, and interested in different communities, and like how will you manage all these things together?
Okay. Yeah, that's managing is quite I won't say difficult task, but yeah, it's a one which we need to really look over, because the colleges are from 10 to 5 or 9 to 5, I can say. But what I have observed the most is that we actually waste out a lot of time into other sort of activities. Other sort of activities, I'm completely differing to your social medias, which currently the youth is very, very, very much indulged into it. So if I was there, or if I have to recommend any person who is pursuing the engineering, want their career to be further into a good field and the things like that, first of all, I would request them to have a proper time management. Time management, as in, let's say 9 to 5 is the college. So in the college, we get the assignments, we have the exams, we have the CAs, we have MTs. Even I have into my college a lot of these things. So what I recommend that prepare for your exams, do your assignments, preparing for your CAs into your 9 to 5 only. Don't take this as that, okay, I'll go to back to my hostel, I'll go back to my home, then do those stuff. Because if we are going to rely on to this sort of a manner that, okay, I'll take this assignments, I'll do at the night at my home, so your whole day will go waste out. Because in the college, if I'm saying that it is 9 to 5, so for sure there will be 3 or 4 classes a day. In between, I am surely that we will be getting 2 to 3 hours of break for sure. That is done, because continuous 9 to 5 that doesn't happen at all. Right now, that break which we are getting of 3 hours, instead of moving with the friends to the canteen or going and chatting with your friends, you can go to your libraries, finish up your assignments, finish up your work of the college which you are getting. Now, when you are back to the hostel or when you are back to your home, you have all the time after 5 and all the time before 9 into your hand. Now, pursue your coding, do programming, wish whatever you wish out, do that. If you have taken any course, study that course. If you're working for any company, so do the work for that particular company. So, this is all how you can manage up the time. Once you are back to the hostel, back to the home, don't start scrolling up for the reels, because it literally wastes out a lot of time. You never know that how like you wasted 1 hour or 2 hours just watching out the reels only, just scrolling it all over again. So it's the one thing which is distracting. Second is a YouTube thing. Like we start watching anything over YouTube and it goes and goes only. So that is one other thing. So try to utilize YouTube only for studying. I'm not restricting that don't do entertainment or don't do fun. I'm completely in favor into of that. Right? But do it as much like if you're done with your things, do once or twice in a week, right? That could be worked over. You have weekends. So in weekends, if you finish up all of your work in a day, you can enjoy at night with your friends, with your roommates and everyone. So it's just about managing like how you can manage other things. If you finish up your college studies into your college only now, you will have a lots and lots of time into your hand, and you will think, what should I do? Like currently, when I finish up my college studies into my college only, after 5 and before 9. So I work for different 7 different companies. I even like make the videos for my YouTube. I do live. I take sessions all over India. Then also I have time into my hand. So that I utilize for learning some or the other stuff, because I'm not indulged in either social medias or any sort of entertainment content onto the YouTube. So that is what I'll refer everyone over here who is attending, that try to manage up that what do you have to do, what do you not have to do, and set out your priorities based over that.
Okay. That's, I think, the toughest, but very important thing to do, time management. Okay. My next question is like, if I am slow in maths, and how can I overcome this part?
Good. Okay. Actually, when I was up till my 12th, I wasn't also very good in maths. I was as well a weakest person in the mathematics. So overcoming that maths is the idea is that what you could do. We all know practice makes a man perfect. So
Yeah.
I recommend you try to practice, but try to practice in such a manner. Let's say I have any particular. Let's say if I talk about statistics only, so that consists of a lots of topic. Right, one topic, let's say you're studying today. So try to practice that same topic, that same questions today itself one time. Right now, that's it. If you're very clear, okay, I have practiced it all over, and now I can solve all the questions. It might happen tomorrow you are not able to solve that question, right? It might happen that tomorrow you are saying that, okay, now how should I solve this? Yesterday only I solved, but today it's not very clear to me, or I'm not able to solve it, or I'm getting some wrong answers. Now the reason is that because the previous concept which you had studied yesterday, that concept too you studied very well, right? And belonging to that, at that same time you did that same questions, but a day after tomorrow, maybe after 24 hours, that concept slipped out from your mind. Now, the need is that if you have studied some topic or some concept of mathematics at the night, you solved out that question. Get up in the morning, give it a 15 minutes, and just try to recap whatever you have learned of math, that particular mathematics, what are the formulas you have learned, and try to recap what trick you have used in that particular solving of the questions. That might work out very, very, very clearly, because it might happen that I'm learning something new, and it's very obvious that after some of the hours it is going to slip out from the mind, because that is very, very, very new to me. So try out doing this particular thing once you have learned it. After 8 or 10 hours, try taking a quick recap of that particular thing, and after that you can again take it for some time of a break, let's say 2 3 hours, then solve out the questions. You will get, might you get some one or two not questions, but out of 10 you will get the 8 questions very correctly. So that is the manner which you can use for mathematics learning, and yeah, practice as much as you can.
Yeah. Okay. So my next question is, what kind of job profile we can get into the industry after learning data science?
Okay, so there are some few different types of a job profiles. We know that, okay, we can only be a data scientist after going into a data science field, but it's not like that. You can go for a field which is known as data analyst. You can go for a field which is known as a data scientist. You can go into the field which is known as your ML engineer also. You can go for a database architect, right? You can go for these types of fields, even if you have learned about statistics and probability very clearly, very good. So you can even pursue that. Statistician is one of the fields into which you work as a professor for statistics and the things. So yeah, statistician could be taken over. So yeah, all of these particular, some people even go for business analyst or BI roles also, if you have listened about, so BI roles. So that is also one, but generally at the very entry level, companies do not take into the BA or business analyst. They need a 2 to 3 times of experience, 2 3 hours of years of experience. After that, they take it. So the very fresher role, which is there, which you can get very like easily, is either a data analyst or a ML or a sorry data engineer. Either a data analyst or a data engineer. That are the very, very, very low, like fresher level jobs, which currently the companies are taking. So yeah, you can go into that.
Okay. That what. And after learning any algorithm, like how can we implement in this practical world? And as I saw very many people, they are not able to implement in the real world.
Okay. See, like try to relate out all the things as in it is happening in real life. Let's say, in I want to make a project. Okay, in that project, what I have to do, I have to take up let's say 20 numbers. Okay, all that 20 numbers, I want to arrange in ascending order first of all. After arranging in ascending order, I want every second number to be removed out. I want every second number to be removed out. Now, into this, we can very easily use out our algorithms. What you could do, you can simply use up the linear search. From that linear search, you can remove up you can just find out the every second element, and with the remove function, you can simply remove that out. That is what could be done, right? So, whenever you are learning up any algorithm, try to think in how in practical you can work for that, how that works in the practical. If I taken, let's say, the examples of queues. So if you have heard about the circular queue, right? So circular queue, into that what happened, that it is a quite a circle, and based over that, let's say we have in real the traffic light system. So what happens, once it is stopped, we get the red signal automatically, right? Then after 60 seconds, automatically my green signal comes, and the cars, whatever are on the correct side, they move. That is an application of a circular queue. How come? So once the red is the signal is pressed over, after that we have sort of a timer which is getting done. When that timer is over, again my green button is there. For the green button also we have a timer. Once that is shown to us and the timer is finished, again it will reverse back to my red button. So it is a sort of a circle which is being acted. Red button, then timer, green button, then again a timer. So this is a circle which is being worked upon. So try to think in this such a manner. Try to look all around you, that okay, what are the applications which are all around me? How can we connect those to the real world examples? Right? That thing you have to do onto your own. Only for that you might need out some Google search also. You might need to refer some articles, some books also. So yes, that you need to do. Once you are clear that okay, this is how these things are happening, you will automatically start doing the code for that. You can start automatically start writing up the codes because you are clear with your concept. It's just that you little bit need up a sort of a idea that how particularly this thing could be worked over. So whenever you're learning anything, try to relate it to the real life example, real life applications, how the things work, what thing has to be worked over, and think of that how you can code it in a better manner.
Okay. Yeah. So like I want to ask about like how can we search for the internship in data science, and it is necessary to like join the internship for first year and second year. Like in my college it's mandatory for the limited period of time. So like how can I search for that?
Okay, searching for the internships, the best manner which you can do is that you can use your LinkedIn's for internship. That's the very, very, very best manner. So, like one mistake which generally we do is that we do not make out our LinkedIn strong. We do not pay too much attention towards our LinkedIn. But trust me, that's the most important thing that you have to look for your 4 years of journey, right? Now, into LinkedIn, if you are active, if you're quite active, if you're posting up the things, if you have good connections, right? So trust me, you do not have to apply for any internship. People will automatically come to you. They'll say that, okay, we have this opening. If you want, you can come up over here. So that's how this LinkedIn works. Let me tell you about myself. So when I was very new into the YouTube, so I started little bit with my LinkedIn things. I worked over that every day. I put some or the either post onto that, either related to my journey or related to any general topic or related to my whatever I have learned. So from starting my journey and up till now, I haven't applied it any particular companies. I'm working in 7 different companies, but I haven't ever applied. Neither I have given any interviews anywhere. Now the reason is only my LinkedIn. Just because people go check out my LinkedIn because my all the work is showcased on my LinkedIn. I do not need any sort of resume to be presented in front of anyone so as that they will see and then they will be giving. So it's not like that. So making your LinkedIn profiles as much as strong, connect to as much people as you can who can help you out. So when you are going to do that, so once you have the LinkedIn profile, you'll go to the jobs option. Under that jobs option, you will be getting that, okay, you want a data analyst internship. So right there, that data analyst. So whatsoever the openings are there currently in the market, all of those will be shown, and you can directly apply from your from that LinkedIn only. That is the first one, and that, trust me, that's the best one, right? Otherwise, many companies, they very frequently open out their internships, like your MNCs, they open it onto their own portals. So you can keep a track of all of those things. You have a calendar which is given every year, that at what time what internship will come live. You can download that calendar from Google, and you can watch out that particular calendar accordingly. The internships are out, so you can directly fill in also. So yeah, I mean, in almost all the colleges, that's the same, that you need a sure internship at that time. But yeah, I guess in mine also we have that in third year it is compulsory to go for the internships. You have to do. So that methods you can follow for getting the internships.
Okay. Uh, so yeah. My last question is, what is the vast experience in data science? So can you please give me some tips to build my to build a data scientist?
Okay, tips for being a data scientist. The very first is that it's quite 6 to 8 months of course of complete data science to learn. If you learn very very properly, if you devote 2 to 3 hours every day, it's a 6 to 8 months of time which it will take for you to be a proper data scientist or data analyst, I'll say. What do you have to do is that it depends how do you want to learn. Okay, everything is available in all the platforms. If you want to have a self-paced course, so you can refer any like Udemy or anywhere, you can go buy out a course and learn it according to your choice. If you want to go over YouTube, so yeah, you can go over YouTube. You can refer out let's say you can refer out my channel only, that is Fun with Data Science. So there I have the complete course about data science over there. So you can go on my channel Fun with Data Science, and there you can learn about it. Or the third method is that you can refer to any edtech, buy out a proper course. So they will give you recorded videos and two live sessions, I guess, every week. So this is how this thing works out. So again, it depends that how do you want to learn. Choose in your learning path, however you want to do, but that's not all what you have to do. When I started learning in 2020, so I even have took a course. It was again, I guess, yeah, it was 6 months of course which I had taken for learning. So that was a course every day. I used to learn 1 hour from that particular course. But the practice which I did onto my own, that was of 6 hours, 6 to 7 hours onto my own. I had given in that data science. Like let's say today I learned about Python. Let's say I learned about variables, right, in Python. So now variables around that, whatever the topics are surrounded, I studied that onto my own with different articles, with different books, with different websites. I figured out everything. I found it everything which we have indulged into it. And then at least for 2 hours, I am going to do the practical implementation of this thing. If you actually follow this particular method very 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 honestly for the next 6 months, for sure you will be rocking in this data analyst and this data scientist field, right? So only advice would be learn and practice the same thing. Learn for 1 hour, practice for 3 hours. That will be the only method which you can follow.
Okay. So we have some questions from our audience, like
Sure.
how to build logic to every question in DSA to get best optimized answer.
Okay, so see, if you want to build out the logic and in any of the DSA questions, first of all, start having up a habit of a pen and a paper with you. If you think that I have a 10 lines of question in the front of my screen for DSA, and I'll very quickly start writing the code for that, so that's not possible. In that 10 lines now, what happens in real when we see that 10 lines of code now, we just fear of that okay, it's quite a very long question. How will I deal with that? So try to have a pen and a paper with you. From the 10 lines of question is try to find in what are my inputs, what are my outputs, and what is exactly that I have to do. Write all those things in a paper. When you will write now, so automatically you will have some or the other idea running into your mind, that it could be done in this manner or it could be done in that particular manner. Follow out that step and try to write up a very mathematical or very simple logic onto your pen and a paper, right, with the help of onto a paper. let's say I want to write a program for reversing a number, right? So I cannot write it till the time I haven't done some addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. I can't very directly write onto my screen. That's not possible. We will require some sort of calculations at our end. Then only I can build up the logic, because that's what the method is. So every time you are having up a DSA question, put that down on a paper, right? Try to think that how can I, what I can add, what I can subtract, which algorithm I can apply into that, right? Try to do up that sort of a stuff first of all. It might take your 10-15 minutes in the starting, but let them go. Let them very easily go. But do that particular thing, then try to start coding. You will automatically like write the code for the same, because you will have an idea that this topic, and then this that has to be used out. That is the respective manner. And when you will write that code, when you will get that code, when you write, you'll automatically start thinking into your mind that okay, if I remove this loop and if I put this, my code can get optimized. If I remove that particular line and put this line, so it can again get optimized. So you will automatically start thinking for that. But that for that you will require a writing of the logic on a paper. So do that.
Okay. So we have another question, which is from Akash only. Is the live projects are useful or hackathons will impact in the resume? Which you
Life
think?
projects,
Stuff.
yeah. Okay, both are important. Now, the reason for that is projects will need it, because the interviewer will ask you that okay, what project you have done. Because the reason is that interviewer will ask you on that project basis that okay, how do have you applied this concept? Why did you apply this? Why you didn't apply this? Hackathons, those are needed so that your resume might be considered other than the other people's resume. If you have some good rankings in the hackathons and code chefs and all those, so you are much more preferred than the person who is not having, because the idea is that okay, this person has already done this much in this coding field, into this competitive programming. So this person might be very much good into this particular thing. So let's take the interview and finalize up the things. That's how the things work out. So I'll recommend you do both simultaneously. To the hackathon simultaneously, try building some projects at your end. It might take a time, right? It might reduce your other stuff's time of a day, but yeah, when you are very close to the placements, do that. And yeah, you can consider both of those at that time.
So we have our last question, like from Amit. He has done software testing course and recently looking for a job. And if he will do DSA, so it will be good or not for him.
Software testing course. Mm, yeah, you can do DSA, because once you are done with the DSA now, it will open multiple opportunities for you in multiple fields for multiple roles also. Let's say you have done software testing. So if you go and apply for any company, so if you clear up the DSA rounds, then further you will be getting much more job roles options into that particular company only. But for clearing, DSA is very, very, very much needed. Even in the data science ML field also, first of all, you need DSA only to clear. The first round is of DSA only. Once you have cleared that DSA round, then you will be specifically taken the interview for your data science. So for that job role, first of all, you need to clear DSA, then data science, and then you can be a data analyst into that field. Again, I recommend that yeah, go very for sure, go for DSA, learn that as much as you can, do some competitive programming as well, and yeah, you will further go and apply for different job roles.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, I would like to end up this session by the vote of thanks. And as you know, a moment of difference make a difference in your attitude by Bruce Wilkins. I would like to thank all of you present here for the time to be with us today and helping us make this event a success and a memorable one. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, everyone.